Have you ever had a big event you've got to go to and you feel those butterflies in your stomach, or you've got to rush off to the bathroom and usually have urgent diarrhea or something like that before a presentation or a sporting event? Well, that's this connection between the gut and the brain. And it's a two-way street. The gut can affect the brain and the brain can affect the gut. I'm Michael from Planet Naturopath, and in this video we're going to look at this gut-brain connection. And I've seen many people, they've got these chronic digestion issues, and they may do some more advanced stool testing like the GI map or the 𝗦𝗛𝗕𝗦𝗔𝗥𝗓 to find out what's going on. And they may have some opportunistic bacterial overgrowth, parasites, or just lacking the good bacteria. But for some people, we address these things and they might get some improvement, but it's the stress or the nervous system that they have to work on to get good gut health resolution. And for other people, they come to me with gut issues, we work on the gut issues, and then they find that their anxiety's improved or their depression's gone. It's a two-way street between the digestive system and the brain, and vice versa, the gut and the brain, or the brain and the gut. And the key to this gut-brain connection is the trillions of bacteria in our gut. We have beneficial bacteria that produce things like short-chain fatty acids. Butyrate is a big one of these, and that's been shown to not just help with inflammation in the gut. Butyrate has been shown to not just help with inflammation in the gut, but help to reduce inflammation in the brain. Research on children with autism show that butyrate help with that brain inflammation associated with autism. A lot of people don't realize a lot of the serotonin. Everyone thinks of serotonin as something, it's a feel-good brain neurotransmitter. Most of that, more than 90% of the serotonin is actually manufactured in the gut. And you need good gut bacteria for that process to happen, as long as the key nutrients to make serotonin. And one of the biggest things besides the microbiome affecting the gut-brain interaction is the vagus nerve. So this is a nerve that comes from the brain to the gut. It's a two-way street. And this is where vagus nerve exercises, things like humming, singing, breathing exercises, can all help to improve that vagus nerve connection. There's programs like DNRS and other limbic system programs that also work on improving the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve helps to control something called parasympathetic nervous system. So there's sympathetic, which is the flight and fight, and the opposite of fight and flight is rest and digest. And so the vagus nerve helps to control this rest and digest so your digestion system can work well. The vagus nerve helps with reducing inflammation, lowering blood pressure, heart rate, and just lowering that overall stress response. So one of the big things that I find works well for this vagus nerve and helping to stimulate the vagus nerve is breathing exercises. So there's things like box breathing, 4-7-8 breathing, Buteyko. They all help the vagus nerve. Meditation, and especially ones with like a mantra or humming or those types of things, they would all help with the vagus nerve stimulation. Cold water exposure can be another thing. Anyone who's done that, like Wim Hof, and Wim Hof is where you do the cold water and breathing exercises, you always feel incredible afterwards because that helps stimulate the vagus nerve. So doing these exercises can make a big difference. If you've done this and you're still getting a lot of digestion issues or gut-brain issues like depression, anxiety, and digestion issues, I would look at doing some advanced stool testing like the GI map test or the 𝗦𝗛𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗓𝗡. Having high levels of bacteria that produce lipopolysaccharides, which is a fancy word for endotoxins, can lead to more brain inflammation. The lipopolysaccharides, or the LPS, causes inflammation. This inflammation affects brain function, which then affects the gut. So it becomes this like vicious circle. So the lipopolysaccharides, especially when combined with something called leaky gut or intestinal permeability, these endotoxins get into the bloodstream and they create an inflammatory response around the body. Not just in the brain, but it can also lead to skin and joint aches and pains, things like that. So doing a stool test can help to identify if this is something that you need to address. Common bacteria that can increase lipopolysaccharide levels include E. coli, Pseudomonas, Klebsiella, Helicobacter pylori, Campylobacter, Yersinia, Bacteroides fragilis. So knowing which bacteria produce more LPS can help to target treatment plans. So how do you improve the gut health? Well, to improve the brain health, we talked about the breathing exercises, meditation, vagus nerve stimulating exercises, but diet, and a diet rich in prebiotics and probiotics, is going to be helpful for the gut bacteria to help make more serotonin, GABA, and other neurotransmitters. making sure you're exercising, getting enough sleep. These are all key factors in not just gut health, but overall health. So if you have digestion issues, mood issues, start with the breathing exercises, other vagus nerve exercises. Focus on diet, good quality sleep, exercise. And then if you're still having issues, have a look at some of the advanced stool tests that we do. We'll put links in the show notes. If you have any tips on what's helped you, or if you have any questions, just leave a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe.